My name is Jackie and this is my channel. I just call it Everyday with Jackie. If this is your first time here, welcome. On this channel, you're sure to find some Shop My Stash videos, a little bit of lifestyle content, some vlogs, and the rest of my videos are all things beauty. So if this sounds like the channel for you, then please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell so you're aware each and every time that I upload a video. And for my returning subscribers, it's good to see you as always. Welcome to another Shop My Stash video. I have already pulled some items and I've taken you along to pull a few more with me. So if you're ready to see what products I'll be using, then let's get started. Okay, you guys, let's see. For powders, I do want to play with what? I want to do a foundation powder this time. Let's see. I don't know. Powder. Let's come back to powder. And let's go around here to foundation. I did mention in the last video, I think it was, that I did want to pull this Revlon Color Stay. And yes, this is in what shade? I think this is in the shade Walnut. Yes, let's pull this foundation. And we're going to go ahead and pull our Pat McGrath Lab since it is Pat McGrath's birthday month. Let's pull this. So I have a high-end in a drugstore. Okay, so now that we know our foundations, let's go ahead and pull Charlotte Tilbury in the shade 03. We're going to pull this one. And also, I think I want to pull... yeah, let's go ahead and pull this Anastasia Beverly Hills powder. And this is in Deep Peach. So we have foundations, powders. Coming here to our blush and bronzer. Oh, I am going to pull the Pat McGrath blush, and it's in the other room. And for bronzer, I do want to pull this Huda Toasted. Okay, we're going to keep it a little light and easy. Oh, I do need a... What am I going to use for a highlighter? Highlighter. Oh. Yes. Oh. You guys, send help. Let me go back here. I'm going to use Topaz from Becca. This is not it. Here it is. So we're going to use Topaz by Becca since it's almost time for them to go out of business. We'll go ahead and give them some love. Oh, I do have a new concealer that I want to play with, so I'll show you that one. And let's see, I think I do want to play with the Touch and Soul again, so we'll leave that in there because there are a few products that I didn't use that much in my Shop My Stash. So I don't think we're going to pull anything from this drawer. Let's see. For palettes, I want something really small. Oh, you know what I haven't used in a while? Is this one. I think I'm going to pull this Wild Child by ColourPop. And look at this one. I haven't even used this one yet. Oh, let's see what else. I could do that one, and I had this one, but I don't think I ever officially used it. So let's do this one. This is by Makeup Revolution. My friend Julia gave this to me. I have a feeling that I'm supposed to be playing with something new that I just got. But, yeah. So I'm going to gather these products up. I think I'm going to grab this also again. And I may want to use this Julia's Place palette too. Okay, let me reconvene and we'll just... Okay guys, let's jump into today's video. I will be rolling the clip of my previous Shop My Stash just to remind you of what items I pulled. And after the clip, we'll jump into today's video. Okay, so did I refresh your memory? Great. Now, as you saw, I pulled a whole lot of stuff and I didn't get around to using each and every product. So some of those products are going to transfer into this month's Shop My Stash. And I know I'm a little late getting started with it. So that's probably why I'm thinking we're only going to do this Shop My Stash for a week. We'll see how things go. Oh, and also I did pick up a few new products that I really can't wait to use. So let's just jump into where we are. I know this is a weird place to start, but we're going to start with our eyeshadow palettes. Now I did pull this palette from ColourPop. This is the Wild Child palette because I really haven't played with it that often. It does have some metallics and some heavy glitter shadows, but I think I can make a look with some of these mattes, and this one doesn't seem really glittery. It looks more or less like just a shimmer shadow. This is the one that's really flaky. So I thought we would pull this palette to play with. Very neutral looking, but some days I like that. We also pulled our I Love Revolution, the Cherry palette. Now I have used this palette, but I can't remember if I used it online with you guys. So we're gonna pull this. And my good friend Julia gifted me this palette, and I do want to use it again. And then next we're gonna play with the Juvia's palette. This is the Bronze Rustic palette. Another neutral, but it does have its pops of color. So I'm excited to use this palette as well. So those are the three palettes that we're going to be using. Now I did put this Tatcha, the silk canvas, in my last Shop My Stash. It's also in my project pan, but I didn't even use it. I think I used it once maybe. So I'm going to pull this again, as well as the Touch and Soul Pretty Filt'r Icy Sherbet Primer. We're going to use this again because I really like it. So I just want to try it again. But I do have a new primer, which I forgot about. So I am going to be putting this one back. I pulled this because I wanted to use it. No, I'm just going to leave it in. We're also going to be using the Marshmallow Primer by NYX, just in case. And this is the new primer that I picked up. I use, if you know, on Sephora, if you spend X amount of dollars, you can get a product for free. And this is the one I chose. This is by Rare Beauty. It's called Always an Optimist. This is the Pore Diffusing Primer. And I just got this a few days ago. So I wanted to test it out and see how it goes. And this is what it looks like. Definitely could use a pore diffusing primer. Okay, so I'm also in the way of primer. In case this one doesn't work by Rare Beauty, I also have my Revolution Pore Blur Primer. I'm transferring this from my previous Shop My Stash because I felt like I was really using the Cover FX more than this one. So I do want to put this one in this month to use it. And of course we have our staples, which is my eyelash primer by Lancome. It stays in my Shop My Stash. My glitter primer by NYX. It stays in my Shop My Stash. So those are staples. And for our eyeshadow primer, I think I'm going to stick with this Urban Decay Eyeshadow Potion Primer. Now this one is the original formula, and I'm just literally scraping this. So that's why I want to use it again, because I feel like I'm literally almost done with this. So I do want to use it so I can use it up. And then I have on my eyes today this Milani eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to pull this again. My last Shop My Stash, I know I also pulled the Fenty, so we're not pulling the Fenty. We're just going to stick with these two, Urban Decay and the Milani. Now, as I mentioned, I don't always want to be opening up mascara, so I'm not opening any more mascara. I'm just using the two that I already have, so you'll probably be seeing these two in a whole bunch of more videos to come. And that's, again, the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced and the Fenty Beauty mascara. And this is the Full Frontal mascara. So these are the two that are going to be staples in my Shop My Stash as well. Now for my concealer, I did not use the Pat McGrath concealer at all. So I'm going to transfer that into this Shop My Stash because we're celebrating Pat McGrath's birthday. So I wanted to use the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. Like I said, I didn't touch it, so that's going to stay. And I also picked up a new concealer, and that is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. I picked this up, you guys. They had this on sale for $13.50. So I really wanted to try it. It says it's 24 hours. It says, that's about all. I got the shade 5.2. And the first day that I wore it, I liked it so much that I went to the site to get another one. Because I was like $13.50, and they were already back to regular price. I really didn't need another one, but I just really like this one, so I want to use this one. Now, for the bronzers, I chose the Hula Toasted by Benefit. And also my Cover FX palette, again, is transferring over from my last Shop My Stash because I didn't use it. It is the bronzer that I have on today. So we're going to put this back in. And I chose for my highlighter, I chose the Becca highlighter in the shade Topaz. I wanted to use this. I think Becca is supposed to be officially out of business. Is it in August? So I wanted to use a product from them. And then I'm keeping in my Marc Jacobs eyeliner as well as my Maybelline. Now for foundations. I am going to be using my Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Now I have the shade Medium Deep 24. So I am going to be using this foundation. And I also pulled the Revlon Color Stay, and I have the shade Walnut. So I want to use this. And for blush, I am going to pull this Rare Beauty again. It's just so pretty, you guys. This is in the shade Love. I do want to use this one again. And you guys, all these, well, not all of them, but some of these new products, such as this one, the Touch and Soul, they were in my previous video that uploaded on Saturday, which was the Shop My Stash rehash, demoing new products. So you can see this blush live and in action on that video. But we are going to be using this blush. And as I'm sitting here thinking, I think I do want to pull one more eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to pull the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Rose Decadence palette. And I'm going to be using this one. I've only used this one time. This is what it looks like. So I want to pull this one since, you know, I am trying to use some of her products. I don't have very many products by Pat McGrath. I mean, I have more eyeshadow palettes than anything. But, yeah, I just don't have, like, lip liners or any of that. But I do have some of her lipsticks that I will be using. And I actually have some of them right here. Some of her glosses, probably more or less of her glosses is what I'm going to be using. But I do have 3 of her glosses here. And I also have some of her little mini lipsticks and a full-size lipstick also. So we will be incorporating some of her lipsticks in my Shop My Stash as well. I want to use as much of her stuff as I can. I'm also going to be using the Pat McGrath Labs. I have a makeup brush from her that Julia gifted me. I've been using this. I just used it in this eye look right here for my contour on my nose. So I'm going to be using this brush as well. Oh, I didn't show you guys the powder. Now I may end up using 3 powders because I've been telling you that I really love this Black Radiance loose setting powder, and this is the banana shade. I've been liking it a lot on my under eyes, so I don't want to mess that up. I want to keep it going. But I'm also going to use, for an all-over powder, I do want to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the shade Deep Peach. And I'm also pulled the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I wanted to use this one by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in the shade 4 Deep. I don't have a contour. Should I? I haven't used it in a while. I think I'm going to pull my Sephora Pro palette as well. So this Shop My Stash may go on a little longer than a week because I'm getting a lot of products. But yes, let's pull the Sephora Pro palette as well because that has a little bit more to offer than the Cover FX. I'm keeping the Cover FX in there, but let's pull the Sephora Pro. Okay, so I did pull the Sephora Pro palette. I've been trying to get back around to this palette because I like it so much, but I haven't been able to get back around to it. So we are this time. So this palette definitely has everything I need, from blush to highlight to bronzer to contour, has everything. So let's pull this. And I just also saw this Hollywood Flawless Filt'r by Charlotte Tilbury. Haven't played with this nearly as much. And this is in shade 6.5 Deep. I want to go ahead and use this again just to kind of hone in on how I really want to use it in my makeup routine. So for brows, I am going to be using my MAC eyebrow pencil. You guys don't even know where the top is, but I'm using the MAC eyebrow pencil. Oh, and I mentioned in the other room that I did pick up the Pat McGrath Labs blush. So this is what I want to use also. So this is in the shade Paradise Venus. So we're going to use this blush, comes with the mirror, and this is the shade Paradise Venus. So we're going to use this in our Shop My Stash. That's it. I think I'm covered on every front. Setting sprays, I'm still going to be honing in on this Fix Plus by MAC. I'm going to be still using this. And I'm putting back in, I think it's in my bathroom, I'm going to put back in my Fenty Beauty Baby What It Do Makeup Refreshing Spray. This is it, and I sure did miss it. You guys, I was going to order a full size of this today. This is expensive. So I was like, well, you really don't need to replace it right now because I didn't feel like coughing up that money. But yes, I am putting this back into the mix as well. I'm also gonna pull, while we're here, I'm also gonna pull the MAC eyebrow pencil, and as well as, because I'm almost done with this, so I just want to keep using this one too. This is my drugstore by Rimmel, London. This is their eyebrow pencil. I think I want to pull this one too and continue to use that. Okay guys, that's it. I keep hemming and hawing and wanting to change my mind about some stuff and pull more stuff in, but that is it. Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention, I also picked up this Pat McGrath Labs. It's their Lust Lip Balm. I picked this up, and I do want to add this to my Shop My Stash as well. However, I will not be adding this one per se. When I received it, somebody's fingerprint was in it. Yeah, so this was used. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys can see it. If you can see that spot right at the top, right here. And I called them, and they are replacing the item. It should be here this week, so within the next day or two. So I'm going to add this in as well. So this will be my just an additional Pat McGrath Labs item. I think it's so stinking cute. I will put up a clip showing you all the things that we have pulled for this month's Shop My Stash. So if you do enjoy Shop My Stash videos, please consider subscribing to my channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and ringing the notification bell. It just lets you know each and every time that I upload a video. And share the channel, because you know I don't mind. And lastly, please know that you are always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.